Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your love reading for the month of August 2016. Let me say that when I'm saying partner, it doesn't have to be a committed relationship. It's whoever you're thinking about when you're coming to the reading. For those that are single, my readings can help you to see how you're relating to love itself. Okay, so that's something really good to understand when you're trying to remove the blockages to bringing love into your life. Okay, let's get started. This is your partner's energy, your energy, and the energy here in the middle is the energy of the relationship. Your partner has temptation, crown chakra, victory and success, you have positive movement forward, patience and planning, and wisdom. Okay. Now, what I'm getting for your partner, is kind of like they're resisting facing some rather hard truths about the past of their relationships, and they're resisting looking back on the relationship. I'm getting for a lot of them, it's because it's like some of it is kind of negating some responsibility or not wanting to see the role or part that they've played in the way certain things in the past within the relationship transpired. They really don't want to see that. And so they would rather avoid looking back on the relationship in truth. And I'm getting that some of this in the beginning of the month, some of this where they're kind of refusing to kind of take responsibility or see certain truths. And this is for a majority. Okay. So like I read the bigger energies because it's a general reading for so many people. So I read the energies that are occurring for majority of the people. And this is like them avoiding looking at the relationship, looking back over the relationship and things that have happened in the past in truth and taking their part in it, and them not doing that is kind of making you feel like you need to move forward alone. Because it's kind of like you're feeling like if they can't see it and they're not going to get it, how can it ever be fixed if we're not both taking full responsibility and not shoving blame on the other completely? Because whatever's going on in a relationship, both people are playing a part in it. And it's like the theme for this month is, it's about desire and what you want. for both of you. And you're kind of starting to feel in the beginning of the month like moving forward in a positive way means doing that alone. And as you're kind of feeling that way, they're starting to kind of feel like they know they can't control the situation. They know they can't make things be what they want them to be. And I'm getting for a small group of you that actually on the partner side, there's some addiction. And for some of them, it's like these habits and addictions are what's causing them to not be able to see things clearly and look back on the things that have happened in the relationship in a clear way. For a small percentage of you, that's what that I'm seeing there. I'm just getting that. And that's for some of them, that's what's preventing them from taking responsibility. And rather than taking responsibility and fixing the problems from the root, they've just kind of sought out to be more manipulative to get their way than to get it the right way. But they're starting to feel in the middle. There's kind of two stories here because there's there's quite a few that are feeling like they can't control the situation and they can't make things be what they want them to be. But there's also a nice amount of them that is kind of on the flip side where they're feeling like they know they can control the situation. They feel like they've been controlling it for a long time and they know they can continue to do that. They know that they can kind of be the puppet master and manipulate the situation and make things go the way they want them to go. So there's two, like, it's like it's happening, it's two stories in that part because the other half, is kind of like they know that they can't control the situation and they know that they'll never be able to make you do what it is they want you to do. Which is why toward the end of the month, those particular ones are getting into a space of feeling victorious in being able to kind of resist this situation. For some of them, they feel like, for some of them, they do amount of control and power over them and ability to manipulate them and kind of ability to kind of control what they do. And they're feeling like they're finally in a place of overcoming that. And then for the others, it's kind of like on the flip where they're the ones doing it. So you'll have to see which way it fits for you, because I'm getting a strong high energy for both stories. So it's kind of like two stories with this partner. There's two types of partners, like a major energy from two, there's two types of stories playing out. And they're both really high energy, so I want to read them both because they're happening, each story is kind of happening to a lot of people. Because on the flip side, there's this other one that feels like they've been able to manipulate and control you. And they're feeling successful and kind of being able to kind of keep you under their spell, so to speak. So it's kind of like these partners are either feeling like they've been under a spell or kind of feeling like they kind of have this kind of control over you. Because it's like some of them are feeling like they're waking up and realizing that they'll never make this be what they want it to be. And then they're feeling victorious in resisting that. And then the other ones are feeling like, they know that they can manipulate you, that they can control the situation, they can make things be what they need it to be, and they're feeling victorious in being able to keep you under their spell in that way. But then I'm getting, as you're feeling like, you're having to move forward alone, and some of you are feeling like you have to move forward because you feel like you already are alone. But I'm getting a sense of just feeling kind of alone, but knowing you have to move forward. And for some of you, because of which partner you have here, you're feeling like for you, in order to move forward in a positive way, you have to do it alone. And for some of you, it's kind of like you're going to have to move forward in a positive way or you're going to be alone, depending on which partner you have and which story is playing out for you. But I'm getting that you're realizing you have to be patient and begin to plan for a new beginning. Like something has to change and you're knowing that. For a lot of you, so you're starting to begin to, be patient and begin to plan for what's next in your life. And you're having to be patient because you don't know yet. In the middle of the month, you're feeling like you don't know exactly what that new beginning is and what it's going to look like. So you're just kind of patient in a sense for lack of direction. But then towards the end of the month, it's kind of like you finally put the pieces together and you know what you need to do. It's kind of like in the beginning of the month, you were thinking, you knew you had to move forward in some way, whether that be moving forward and being alone, or whether it be moving forward because you're feeling alone. But that much. But in the middle of the month, you're kind of not understanding what the new beginning is and what you want a new beginning, but it's not something concrete and tangible that you really understand exactly how to map it out in your life, or make it tangible and real and exactly what it means for your life in the physical world, like what it physically means. But at the end of the month, you're starting to realize that, and you're putting the pieces together, and you're feeling like you know now. And then the energy that I have crowning the relationship is material harvest. Well, your inner, the partner of your in, the partner of your energy, the energy of your partner is material and spiritual prosperity. And then your energy is triumph. Now, what I'm getting here is that finally it's kind of like finally things in this relationship are starting to kind of culminate and come to resolve. And because there's two stories playing out this month, it's like for this partner, see the way this is coming to resolve, there's two stories to that. Because for one, there's this partner here who's feeling victorious over like taking control of their life, kind of feeling strong again, and for those it's kind of like they're feeling that strength based on their ability to begin to, have victory in resisting um, certain type of maybe manipulative behaviors or emotionally manipulative behaviors. They're feeling really strong in that. They're feeling good, like they're victorious. And they're feeling prosperous in that. They're feeling stronger spiritually. But then underneath it all, they're anticipating a message from you. Like a message from you that they didn't need to do that. Or like to come back. Like they're kind of still anticipating something underneath all of their kind of success. And then for others, it's kind of like they're feeling victorious in realizing their ways in the relationship and addressing some of their role in the way things happen in the relationship and taking responsibility. And you know that, where responsibility goes, power flows. So they're feeling more powerful in taking that responsibility. And now those ones are kind of anticipating saying something to you. And then in these two stories, the way it's looking for you, Scorpio, is that for some of you, it's like you're feeling triumphant in putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and you're feeling like you're having the truth, enough truth and knowing within yourself to finally make a decision of movement in a strong way, whether it be getting away from them, because I'm getting for some, it is goodbye. It is like a really triumphant realizing that you don't want to continue this. And the culmination is you coming to terms with that and saying goodbye. And then for others, because like I said, there's two stories. So like for others, it's this, coming to this wisdom and putting the pieces of the puzzle together for yourself in this situation is for some of you bringing you back to return from a past breakup or leaving before. And it's kind of pushing you to return. So that's two ways that that's kind of playing out. But it's really all about desire this month. It's kind of like what you really want is coming up to be seen. It's like for both of you, what you really want is coming up to be seen. Like coming to terms with your true desires and what it is you actually want. Because remember, I get a lot of people, I get to work with a lot of people that are twin flames and things like that. And they feel like twin flames means a love that is automatically destined to be together, and it's not. Love is always a choice, and that choice is based on the desire. You get to choose. Love is something you have to choose. And if it's not what you want, you can choose not to have it. You don't have to choose anything one way or the other. But it's like what's happening this month is the truth of the desires coming to the surface, and then a culmination of you guys realizing what you want from here. It's kind of like it's finally coming to a head. Now I'm going to pull one card from the Romance Angels Oracle deck, a last word of advice. Spirit, what is the last word of advice for Scorpio for the month of August 2016? What is the last word of advice for Scorpio for the month of August 2016? I think this is a good word of advice for this month. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And I think that's very fitting for the energies for this month and what's actually occurring, because some of this energy and the things that are going on, the realizations, the things that are coming to the surface, and everybody coming to terms with their true desires, it's kind of, for some of you, it's going to be kind of easy to not be optimistic about the situation at all. To just be extremely pessimistic that there's no possibility here. But we have to understand the purpose of relationships, and they're here to help us grow. And it's like sometimes the way for us to know what we truly desire is to kind of experience and look at things that we don't desire. Sometimes it's kind of like we don't know what we want until we experience what we don't want. And that's for both the partner and for you, Scorpio. There's just a lot coming to the surface this month. But it's a good thing because it's actually bringing in what's necessary. For those of you that are going to go forward and going back and returning, that wouldn't happen without all of this. For those of you who are, deciding to leave, and all of this is bringing you to the understanding that the best thing for you is to move on. If regardless, stay optimistic about your love life, because whether you're going back or you're leaving, there's no reason to not be optimistic about your love life. For those of you that are deciding to not, that the situation isn't what you want right now, and you're deciding to kind of, let go, that there's nothing wrong with that. Your love life is about you being happy, and loving yourself is a part of your love life, because it's loving yourself and in honoring yourself that you're able to allow in love. So you never want to feel guilty about honoring yourself and loving yourself and being in what your truth is. Every person's truth is valid. No matter how you feel, it's valid. Don't let any title, twin flame, or anything that anybody tells you or whatever you believe to think that anything trumps your truth. So be optimistic because you'll be fine regardless. Things are working out regardless. For some of you, this is the culmination of coming back together. Then for others, this is the culmination of you finding something that is better for your life and for you right now. Either way, something to be optimistic about, no matter which story is playing out for you. So that's your reading for the month of August, Scorpio. I want to say thank you guys so much for all of your support, your likes, comments. If this resonated with you, please do me a favor and click the little thumbs up button and give me a thumbs up and let me know that it resonated with you. If it did not, check out your moon and rising signs, as I'm sure um, those will. And then some, sometimes it happens that, the energies are just, there's other energies that are just so different that are more common. And then I'm reading those energies. So sometimes if you have a month where you're in a small minority of energies, then, I don't read those in these readings. So, I want you guys to know though that I really appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the comments. It's just really impossible for me to, have the opportunity to respond to all of the comments. Don't take that as a reflection of my heart towards you guys. I love you guys dearly. And I appreciate everything, every way that you support me, whether it's comments, sharing, liking the videos, everything you guys do. I want you to know that you are appreciated. If you would like to book a personal reading with me where I can look at your specific situation, the link for that will be below in the description box. Other than that, Scorpio, you have a great August. Um, and I will see you next month. Thanks. Bye.